Yes, indeed, you will have to say it with conviction and maybe more than once, but it's doable to ask not to have plastic cutlery or plastic straw with your order. As I said, conviction, perseverance, and articulation if you happen to have a strong accent like me. Hi everyone. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Margot and I'm French. I decided 8 years ago to study abroad in Boston and then to come back to France with my American experience in my luggage. But it did not happen this way. I stayed with a certain number of non-permanent working visas, but now I'm a proud and happy permanent resident living and working in New York City. This abroad life experience changed my life to the point that I cannot compare those two cultures anymore. Passing the first year stage, where I still had my native references in me, I entered the twilight zone, where I fully embraced that the new culture I was adopting was different. Not better, not worse, just different. And this is about this fulfilling growth of perspective that I want to share on this channel. Arriving in America, I noticed right away there was a difference in the quantity of plastic used in everyday life compared to France. Disclaimer, I'm not saying that France is a model and has good environmental habits. We are all suffocating by plastic in the world. I'm just saying that coming from a country that used a little bit less than in America, it was easier to me to spot in America which habit I didn't want to incorporate and which plastic I didn't want to use more. Taking the time of knowing or reflecting on which plastic was very important or necessary in my life brought me further and gave me the opportunity of even digging the subject deeper. It's maybe hard to imagine for our generations, but 70 years ago, plastic existed but was not necessary in people's life. And I will say it louder and maybe more clearer. 70 years ago, people slept, eat, raised children, get education, go to work, traveled, had entertainment without plastic. Some people will argue, and they will be right, that without plastic, maybe people didn't live as long before. And without plastic, we wouldn't have had so much breakthrough in the medical field and science. That's absolutely true. But what was absolutely more and more obvious is that plastic brought something that became absolutely addictive to us all: convenience. We are among the generation that are enjoying the good sides of using plastic everywhere and the convenience. But I very often have nightmares to imagine the price the next generations are going to pay about it. And I'm sure we are not fully aware of how big the price is. Therefore, on my little tiny spectrum of action, I decided to stick to my French habits about plastics in my American life. So I would like to share that with you. It might be a stretch for some of the audience and listener, but it's doable, and it would be me very happy if you can follow me on that. So if I'm not working from home, I'm going to try to bring food from home as much as possible to limit buying something at the food vendors, street vendors, or bodegas. In a restaurant, I'm going to order a small portion to make sure that I'm going to eat everything, and then order a second time if I need more food. For grocery shopping, I'm going to privilege glass containers, even though I have to pay a little bit more. And finally, I would say that I'm trading 90% of my clothes. If I'm buying something new, I'm going to make sure that it's going to last for a long time, like leather shoes that's going to last ideally for the rest of my life. Again, my tiny habits will not change the problem, but because of my foreign perspective, it helps me to question what plastic is really necessary or not. And I cannot wait to visit countries like Norway, Sweden, that seems to be much more pioneer in this field. If you like this video, please give a thumb up, subscribe, and hit the bell button. If you happen to have changed in a habit about plastic use and you can stick to it, I would love to hear about your experience in the comment section below. Next episode, let's talk about eating on the go in the American culture compared to the French one. Stay tuned, à bientôt, see you soon.